It's like working with Felix Unger here.
Aristophanes.
Ridiculous. Oh,
You could probably start music now if you wanted.
Okay.
Steve Squares show's on now live.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, yeah, we are.
I know.
On Saturday night, let's go to the drive-in theater. I'll pick you up at 6 and drive you back home later. There's newsreels and cartoons. The feature follows soon. On Saturday night at Johnny's All-Weather Drive-In Theater.
Yeah, and welcome to the Steve Squared Show. I'm your host, Funny Man Stevie K, coming to you live from Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, New York, on a steamy, mildly hot Monday afternoon. I believe it's August 12th, and we've been away for quite some time, and we've missed you. So, you know, you can always catch the show on YouTube. This is going right now, YouTube Live, Steve Squared Show. Maybe you can follow us a little bit on Instagram. That's also the Steve Squared Show. Maybe you want to tweet us. You could Steve Square that also. I think we're on Tinder now, Bumble. We're on a few dating apps. And where else you could consume us everywhere? And of course, Facebook. So I want to welcome you. We've been away for quite some time. And that was brought to you by Johnny's All-Weather Drive-In. And we're going to get into why in the world I would be playing something like that.
No idea.
But first, I would be remiss if I did not introduce the man to my left. He's a great guy. You guys have missed him. I like him. Maybe you should too. You might have seen him. He's now performing, doing Shakespeare in the Park. He's doing a little summer Shakespeare. He's at Bryant Park. You can catch him every Monday night at 6 o'clock doing, he's doing a comedy of errors. Ladies and gentlemen, to my left, the one and only, Stephen Mandrasina.
Woo!
Thank you, Steve, for that overwhelming introduction.
I thought you were going to say Stevie Wonder.
Who's Steve?
I was going to give you.
We both have sunglasses on.
Now, this is, here, Steve, what I was trying to do, and of course, I don't understand why these never work.
Nah, I don't know.
These are just so annoying to me, you know? I have these blurps on my phone.
It's
which
unacceptable,
are like,
Steve.
Yeah, see, we have the unacceptable moment. Let me try to give you another one. Keep the audience entertained while I play around with my blurps.
Hi.
There we go.
That's one of your favorites.
How you doing?
Yeah.
He's a nice man. And of course, with us in the booth, as always, Sally. How are you tonight, Sally?
Hello, Sally.
I missed you guys.
I know
It was
it's been
way too long.
Now,
You're like comfort food, like
That-
sitting in the backyard with friends type of
Oh.
easy kind of fun show.
The high cholesterol and all that stuff. You know.
Yes,
We are-
big
Like a lot of
fat
barbecues
burgers.
all
you are
That's
high
it.
cholesterol, Steve. And speaking of high cholesterol, the man to my left had a bout with a. You were actually. You could have passed for Pirates of the Caribbean Jack Sparrow. Why don't you tell the folks what happened?
It's really nothing.
Oh, it's
just a-
something.
It was just this horrendous eye infection that.
Wrong.
I was wrong.
You know what? It was an eye infection. Do you mind? Turn him off.
Sorry.
Thank you.
So what happened exactly? Now, how many eyes were involved in this infection?
Well, first it was.
And are me and Sally safe, or should we do a remote
oh,
from
we're
my
safe.
Jeep?
This has been gone for more than a week now.
Yeah, do I need resistant sunglasses like Steve has?
That's why I'm protecting my eyes. Yeah, the folks might have wondered at home, thank you, Sally, why me and Steve are sporting sunglasses. It was because it's, summertime, some fun.
As long as I'm not handling people, we're fine.
Don't handle people.
Yes, exactly.
Is that something new you've been doing since I've been away?
No, because I've been basically a leper with this eye infection. It's been horrible.
Let's see it. Let's check out the
It's
glass.
fine now.
Nice.
It's all better. All better now.
Okay.
Nice and white.
Yeah.
bright.
Let me see those pearly, beautiful eyes. Wonderful. So how's your summer been going, Sal? What's been going on? Anything good?
You know, it's been a busy summer, but it's been kind of a good summer. You know, it's been. I thought the weather's been great.
It has.
Yeah, it's been fun.
It has.
I wanted to. We actually almost went to the Mets game yesterday to see that like amazing game, and we were like, we're not going to go, and now we really regret it.
The Sunday game?
Yeah,
They lost
They
the
lost the
Sunday.
Sunday
They lost
game.
the Sunday
I
game.
know, but it was such a great
Yeah,
game,
it
you know.
was-
And
it
we
was a
haven't
good
been
night.
to a Mets game in like 2 years.
It's very exciting right now.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. I was just beside myself that they actually got 2 out of
Wrong.
3 out of these guys. Oh, will you knock him off? Can you just say wrong, please? We don't
Wrong.
Need, we don't need. Yes, thank you. That sounds a lot better.
Now you know.
It's dinner time.
It is dinner time, and of course, you cannot have 6 o'clock, or it's actually 6:30 dinner time without crack opening one of our sponsors.
Crack?
Opening one of our sponsors, Celsius. High energy drink for those low energy days when it's it's Monday, you're feeling a little blah. You look a little blah today, Steve.
You're not sponsored by. We're not sponsored by Celsius.
I know, but they're helping us. They're going to be a future sponsor. I hate when you do that to me.
Weren't you saying that you needed to get off of this stuff?
Hold on, we
Let's
want to
just
do
hear
it.
the
We want
sound
to crack
effect.
it up. Oh yeah, that's delicious right there. Oh, thank you, Sal. I was getting blocked. Block. You don't want to block this. You don't want to block this mug with the glasses.
If you had a cup, you could pour it and let's listen to the fizz.
So you were upset with me a little bit when I sent you that opening to our show today, Johnny's All-Weather Drive-In. What made you so irate that you were like, why are you playing this to open the show tonight?
It sounded Bush League to me.
Excuse me?
Bush League.
Oh, okay. I thought we were doing the midnight show. I got scared for a second.
I know it's just goofy to me.
It
I'm.
has a meaning and a theme to the show.
Is that so?
Yes. So Johnny and Sally, have you been a Long Islander for quite some time? Or you moved here?
I grew up in Hicksville, and then I went up to SUNY Albany, and then I left forever, and I don't know, 30 years or so. So I just came back about 5 years ago.
Okay.
Wow.
Welcome back.
Yeah, thanks. I never thought I'd come back. I left I'm never coming back, Long Island.
Long Island will always bring you back.
And it's good to be home.
Well, it is good to be home.
It is.
And speaking of home, I did get a bit nostalgic because me and Steve saw a couple of movies, or I did. We saw a movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, over the weekend.
Wow, how
Yes.
was it?
Very good.
Loved it.
And it had some images of, it was set back in the late 60s in L.A., and they were showing a scene with a drive-in. And it got me thinking, I used to, when I was a young tyke, loved going to the drive-in. It was a fun thing we used to do as a family.
Really?
I think so. And I was starting to look up drive-ins and seeing, I was like, I'd like to do that. Are there any drive-ins left?
Are there?
There are.
Oh, wow.
So
Not a lot.
no, but New York has the most. I mean,
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. there's-
Upstate.
Upstate. There's
That's still
tons.
crazy.
But nothing really, I think the closest
Well,
was
real estate's not too good upstate. so-
Poughkeepsie and Averine, places I've never heard of. I don't go north of the Bronx.
Never been to Poughkeepsie.
Nothing north of Yankee Stadium.
You're more like the city source kind of guy.
I'm a city source.
Yeah, Poughkeepsie is just a hop up there. It's not
Well,
that
I went to
far.
school up near Poughkeepsie, so yes, I've been to Poughkeepsie a number of times.
That's right. You're a graduate of Poughkeepsie State.
Whatever. Just make up your little stories.
All right,
It's
stop
comedy,
it.
I guess.
So anyway, I was looking up these drive-ins, and the largest drive-in, or the biggest one, was Johnny's All-Weather Drive-In in Copeg, New York.
They said that was the biggest drive-in
There was
theater?
only one bigger that was out west, because the Copeg one housed 2,500 cars. And it was an all-weather, hence, you could go indoor or outdoor. They had an indoor theater, too.
Yes, they did. I remember that. I never went in there. I was at the drive-in there once.
Did you ever see a movie there?
I did. I don't remember what it was, though. I think it was some other movie. It was some grown-up movies. I was just hanging out and fell asleep in the back seat.
My sister is like 7 years older than I am, and I remember she took me 2 times, and so I was, I don't know, 13 or something, and she took me to see The Shining.
In a drive-in?
The Shining.
Oh,
And the other one, she took me to see Jaws.
Oh, perfect.
Oh,
That is a
God.
summer
Well,
Those are my, and I
Perfect
still,
summer movie
I
to
think,
play.
I think drive-ins are great, but those are my
They are
only 2
fun.
experiences.
I've had a number of experiences. I can even. Okay, there you go. I've been to the Johnny Allweather. There used to be a
$10,000 for me by myself. For that you get the head, the tail, the whole damn thing.
You don't know, people, if you don't know Steve, you don't know how many times a day you hear this.
I love Jaws. It's actually my favorite movie.
Is it really?
I love it. Anytime it's on, and they've been showing it a lot for the summer. Sorry, Steve, go ahead.
But now that you veered on to another subject, we want to talk about Robert Shaw in a moment.
Yes,
But
definitely.
so I'll tell you in a second, though. There used to be a Massapequa Drive-In theater a long time ago, and I saw Jungle. Did I see Jungle Book there? No, I think I saw Snow White there. As a little kid living.
Wow.
We're talking about the 60s.
So
I'm an old man.
you know what was cool when my family, we used to drive home from a relative's house. I always used to love when we would drive down Sunrise Highway heading west towards Massapequa because you'd get to see some of the movie that was playing, and just for a second. And that was always the biggest. I used to get so excited. I'd be like, "Oh, there's a movie!" And it was really fun. We never pulled in.
And I've been to a few others. The Westbury I went to once. Did
Okay.
you go to Westbury, Sal?
I don't
was
remember
like the
which one she brought me to because I was, a
Raceway?
kid.
Where the UA is now,
Yes, I remember.
near not too far from the NYCB, whatever you call it. I still call it the Music Fair.
I remember it was just like a
That was-
chain-linked fence or something
that was a drive-in.
with like weeds all over the place.
My-
like it wasn't really
I knew
kept
people
well.
who lived around there, and they would just hang out the fence and watch the movies when they were kids. So it was just
Yeah.
and they had the radio because you could tune in the radio for the audio.
Yeah, exactly. Now, like, kids drive around with, like, in minivans with movies playing in the back, right?
The last time I think I went to a drive-in,
Yeah.
I was in when I lived in California,
Right.
in the Valley.
Oh.
It was a double feature.
Okay.
It was first film was Ace Ventura 2. Then the second one was
Ace Ventura 1.
no, La Femme Canita, not La Femme Canita, La Femme Nikita.
That was at a
with
what?
not the French version, the American
I
version
remember
with
that.
Bridget Fonda.
Oh,
You didn't know about that?
I did
I'll
not.
listen to you, Mr. Culture. You
I'm
think-
sorry.
So he laughs at I said La Femme Nikita.
well, who's
What?
got that's playing at a drive-in?
It was.
So
It was an American movie. It was freaking.
let me test both
Henry
of you.
Fonda's daughter.
Yeah.
course, I know who
no.
she is.
Peter Fonda's daughter.
Oh, Peter
Oh,
Fonda.
Peter Fonda.
Henry,
that's
Henry's granddaughter.
Henry's granddaughter. My mom would know that because she's
Who, by
knows
the way,
all
she's
Fondays.
married to Danny Elfman, who wrote all the Batman music and the Simpsons theme.
Oh.
Steve
All
is
right.
very good.
But I digress.
You totally digress. But do you know? I'll ask either one of you. Yeah, if you want to reference the Fondas or any biography, my mom is really good on that.
Mm-hmm.
You can check with her. And by the way, if anybody, including my mom or dad, want to call in, they're listening. What's our number? 516.
516
Go ahead.
465
Sure.
3990. I'll write it in.
Write it in. And give us a call. Let us know if you any of your drive-in experiences. We'd love to hear it on
Steve,
this
I
show.
didn't tell you this about. I should have told you about this, but I saw.
Are
it
you
the other
quitting
day.
the show?
No.
Oh.
You want me to?
Well, it's an
I'll
awkward,
walk off right now.
It's an awkward time to quit, but yeah.
That's it. Goodbye. No,
Ladies and gentlemen, the Steve Solo Show has begun at 6:20 p.m. Monday. Welcome.
can't stand this
You
anymore.
can follow us on Steve Alone.
So Robert Shaw has a son, and he's an actor.
Can I take these off?
I kind of like this.
It's bothering
It's
me.
showbiz.
It-
showtime.
wow.
Showtime, folks. So anyway,
Now I know how Greer Garber felt.
so Robert Shaw's son
Yes.
is an actor. He looks a lot like his father, and I believe in either somewhere in the British Isles, he is performing a one-man show about his father. And if you go on YouTube, he goes through the whole Quint imitation.
Oh wow.
Beautiful. And he
Really?
looks pretty much like him, like a little, not as heavy.
Now you. Not
And the
heavy-
whole Indianapolis, USS
the USS.
Indianapolis.
Oh, he does that whole
Yes,
bit too.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
that-
that's a great
I
bit.
love
Yes.
that.
So, well, he can't. He doesn't do Quint better than I do.
No, well,
You know my Quint is great. You all know me. You know how I earn a living.
isn't that on the? Why'd you play on the phone? That's the real thing, right
I'll
there.
catch this bird for you. But I value my neck a lot more than $3,000, Chief.
I think he did it better. It's on
I
the,
hate you.
It's on your phone. Right
Anyway,
there. But yeah, hopefully he goes to New York with that.
then we should see that.
I know you'll go see it.
I would be the front row, and so would you.
Actually, I sent it to our friend Joe, and he loved it. He
Oh,
was
okay.
really- of course, and there's a whole bunch of us who just
Yeah.
all they do is
quote
about
this.
quote Jaws all day
Well,
at work.
it's a classic.
Where's your like favorite place to see, like sit in a movie theater? Because you guys go all the time.
We do.
Are you like dead center guys, or you like to sit in the front? or?
Not too close to the front.
I like center. I'm not too bad with the way the seating now is with the reclining seats, so
Right.
it's not so bad now sitting up front if I have to.
I mean, we saw when we just saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
like
We
in
saw
the-
it in Levittown, right here.
And it was a smaller theater.
It was a small theater, so as long as you're not right up under the screen where it's like.
Oh, can we talk about Levittown while we're at it? The AMC?
Yeah, hold on that thought for
Okay.
a second. Give us a thought. We'll definitely get into the Levittown movie. But I just want, let me go through a little bit of the things I want to get through today because we got a big smorgasbord. We got a big plate, a big antipasto to lay out for you folks. We're going to review those two movies.
Yes.
Well, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Quentin Tarantino vehicle. I also saw Hobbs and Shaw. Don't
I laughed when I heard him say that.
what? And you'll be surprised at my review. Okay. It's actually National Roller Coaster Day, August 16th.
What are we doing here? It's the 16th.
August 16th at Adventureland. Everybody rides a roller coaster, I think for free or something for the day.
Nice.
Yeah, so head yourself down. Are you a roller coaster person?
Yeah, I don't mind them. I don't like the things that go around in a circle too much, but I don't mind the roller coasters.
The 360s and the
You're a daredevil.
I do like them. I haven't been on one in a while though. I need to get out there.
And then we're going to. We were discussing outdoor movies. I have a lot of gripes because we've been away for a while, so you couldn't contain me to one. I have actually 3. Do I have 3 gripes? It's actually
that
3. Yeah, I got 3 this week. We're also going to talk. Are there UFOs on Long Island? You're gonna like that bit. And I was supposed to have a guest here, Don Gordon, but he canceled. We were going to have a movie and TV chat. He's actually now, Sally, you'll be proud of me because you always think I pick on the Massapequa Library a lot.
No, I just think you're very active in there.
I am very
think it's
active.
I think it's nice because people forget libraries, and it's a really cool place to be.
Yes.
I'm a library connoisseur, and I was at the Plainview Library this weekend.
I was at Syosset.
They're a great library.
It's
too.
a great library.
I've been
Yeah.
I've been kicked out of every library on Long Island.
Did you really?
Yeah. So this
You and the homeless?
No.
Oh.
This Plainview Library is really great. They're open in the summer on Sundays till 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, that never happens.
I'm right. I mean, libraries are they're closed by 4. They're closed on Sunday.
Wow.
I mean, on Long Island, you have a better chance of finding an open adult porn shop than you do of a library.
Woohoo!
That's what I said. Which they're now combining is adult porn section
is
in
it?
the libraries.
Is that
They're
so?
actually thought that would be a money saver. It's the if you look at your Dewey Decimal System, that's a real Dewey Decimal right there. I hate when you look at me like that with those bloodshot pink eyes of yours. You're like Amityville Horror when they have the big eyes.
Okay. Well,
Wait,
let's go on.
All right, and that was it. Oh, and then there was this other guy. So a few of these topics that I'm talking about were going to be spoken at, like this guy here. Where is this guy? Let me see when he's speaking. Oh.
Oh no.
Well, hold on to that. So you're gonna like this girl. So I had a real theme. Oh, here it is.
UFO?
This is the UFO guy. So this guy is going to be speaking Monday, August 26th. Joseph Flammer, and he says you can come join Joseph down at the Plainview Library, and he's got his book that just came out, UFOs Over Long Island, and the program highlights a lively question and answer segment where audience members can share their own UFO experiences on Long Island.
That's thoughtful.
I think so, and I actually have a couple of audio. See if I can find it. Have you any UFO speaking, Steve?
Not that I know of.
Let me see if I can find one.
Hold on a minute. That's a UFO out there.
That's true. And I believe there was another one.
That was a UFO beaming back at you. Me and Eric Heisman was down in Mexico 2 weeks ago. We seen 40 of them flying in formation.
Formation. What town would be most likely on Long Island to see a UFO?
To have a UFO.
A sighting. Where
I would
you
have to say out east. I will take a guess. I will say
Mastic.
I'm thinking
You
if
read
I'm
my
a-
mind. Mastic.
If I'm a
Or
UFO,
Shirley.
I'm going
Shirley
right
or
to Shirley.
Mastic?
I'm heading out to Riverhead if
It's
I'm a
a whole-
UFO. I'm going right to the Tanger outlets.
No, it's got to be something a little crazier than Riverhead. It's got to be Shirley Mastic.
Maybe Brookhaven?
It gets wacky out there.
Yeah.
Miller Place.
There's a lot
Rocky
of
Point.
Well, there's a lot of open, which by the way is my favorite John Denver song. Rocky Point. But that would be a great sighting. I think you're going to get. So, do you want to go to this event? No. You don't want to go.
No.
August 26th. What do you think?
I don't know. Depends on what I'm doing.
You'll be there. You're not doing anything.
Whatever you say.
And then at the same library on. Actually, this is tomorrow. Tomorrow night, you can discuss movies and television with Don Gordon. And what happens here, this is interesting. You can come down and you can chat and talk about questions. You can ask this guy, Don Gordon.
You know this guy now?
I have no idea who he is, but I thought
He said he was going to call
interesting.
in.
No, I thought he would come in, but he declined both.
You actually, okay, so you asked him.
He never got through to him. I left a message, and he never got back
I thought
to
this
me.
is one of your little show folk friends, and now you're telling me
No.
they don't know who's
I don't. I just thought he.
What is his credentials? What makes him such an expert?
What makes him such an expert is he's charging $5 a head at the local library.
Okay, so what
You can charge in a library?
No,
So
you
for-
can, but not for this. I'm just kidding.
So
Okay.
what do you get when you get the privilege to talk to Don Gordon?
Don Gordon, it says here, if you have questions and you want to hear other people's answers, or he will answer any movie and television question you may have. He is
Anything.
he's anything. He's a connoisseur. He's almost what you might call a what was the guy in The Beautiful Mind? What did he have? He was a what do you call that when someone's a gaffant? Not a gaffant.
Gaffant?
What's the word I'm looking for?
A servant.
A servant. Not a gaffant. That's actually light chicken gravy.
That's the
Thank
funniest
you,
thing
ladies
you-
and gentlemen.
That's the funniest thing you've said tonight.
And I didn't even try to be. You know what happens? Thank you.
I just have this horrifying feeling that Don Gordon probably lives in a basement of just books and newspapers and really old books and newspapers and an old TV, and he's just this is where he's
all the time. Yeah, of
and a
course I listen
VHS.
to you all the time. From morning till night, except when I'm on your show.
Wow, that was Dr. Ruth.
Dr. Ruth.
Dr. Ruth.
You did say you said you were gonna have Dr. Ruth on the show one of these days, and you just did.
I can't get her on. I never went to that book signing
can't
either,
get-
which I'm
you can't get her on?
No.
I was going to leave that. I just quietly giggled to myself in my own room.
Actually, you know what you should get for that? We haven't cricketed Steve in a while.
All I get is crickets. It doesn't. I'm used to that by now.
Oh, wasn't that a song in the 70s?
All I get is crickets.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So let's get into a little bit for a second let's talk a little bit about the movies. But before any good movie, and I'm going to get into a gripe right here.
Popcorn.
Well, okay. Now you got yourself some popcorn.
Steve usually doesn't have popcorn.
I don't have. I always have a Celsius. Anywhere I travel is a Celsius in my hand.
He slips his little can in.
I slip it in. What? You're not allowed to bring it in?
Yeah, well, no, you're not. But
I don't know.
yeah,
Are you sure?
they'll leave you alone.
Yeah, they didn't. They didn't really bother me so much. But the previews, okay. So how was I looking through each preview? I mean,
This is it.
Give Sally a little show
Back
and
in
the
day-
audience.
Back
please.
in the day, Steve used to be really bad. He would just if he didn't like a movie and we're going through the movie, you all of a sudden you're sitting there watching it, all of a sudden, oh God, oh really?
And this is the movie itself, not the previews.
Yes, this is the movie's up. Well, now we've controlled him. Now he has stopped himself from doing the movies now, but it's all right to do it on the trailer.
It was and was I wrong?
So he gets it all out of the system on the previews.
I do. Because here was a couple. Let me just give you a taste. I won't give you them all.
Okay.
So the first one was a new vehicle, Charlie's Hell's Angels.
Was it Charlie's Hell's Angels?
I actually edited the hell.
Thank you.
Yeah, so, 3 badass chicks with wigs
Oh, is there
and
another
spikes.
Charlie's Angels coming out?
There is.
Yes,
Okay.
with
Now, give her the caveat. What makes this one so geniusly different? Go ahead, Steve. Do you remember what makes this one? Or were you in the bathroom?
well, no, I was not in the bathroom. Charlie, actually, no, Bosley
Yes.
is a woman portrayed by the producer of the movie. What's her name? Banks?
Kate? No.
She was in, you know, the,
Look it up.
you know, with the, yeah, God.
Give it a look up.
I'll
while
look it up. Who's the
You know,
new
the funny thing is,
Bosley?
I saw a taping of
Yeah,
I saw
Charlie
Saturday
Ta-
Night Live, and she was the host of the show I went to see, which is so.
We're looking it up, folks, but we'll get to the next movie. Or movie preview, that is. What was the next movie? Oh, here we go. Are you still doing that? No. They're both looking it up. You can hear their fingers feverishly looking up who is playing Bosley in the new Charlie's Hell's Angels vehicle. I do not know when it opens.
Elizabeth Banks.
Elizabeth Banks, ladies
Thank
and
you.
gentlemen. You're welcome. Then, if that wasn't enough, then they go into the next preview, which is J-Lo is playing J-Ho with Cardi Beeswax. So
First thing, let me say something.
say something.
I'm surprised that you gave this such a diss, because this stuff is that movie is right up your alley.
Steve, my mom's listening.
I'm just saying,
Come on.
it's right up your
PG
alley.
this. So basically, the thematic plot in this movie is Jennifer Lopez is teaching Cardi B and a bunch of other, I think the other girl, Lucy Liu, Maya, something.
Was it Lucy?
I don't know who it
Maya?
was. Somebody they're teaching all these badass chicks how to strip. They're all learning.
That's the movie?
That's the movie. They're strippers in a strip
No,
club.
but they're
man.
getting back at
Right.
these rich men who have
Yes,
who've
right.
stolen money from
There's actually
because
a
they
plot.
they get away with it, and
Right. It's just a vehicle for Cardi B to play some of her new songs.
I enjoyed the first one,
There was a first one?
Charlie's Angels.
Oh, I.
oh,
thought you
this
were
is
talking
another
about-
movie now.
We're in. No, this is another one. J-Lo. What's the name of the movie? I don't even know. It's,
I thought you were saying that was the plot to the new
oh
Charlie's
no,
Angels. I'm
no.
like,
This
what?
is.
have
We
no
moved
idea
on.
what the-
This is a
movie-
J-Lo movie where she's playing a stripper with Cardi B. I don't know if it's called J-Ho. Okay. Now the third movie. This is good. So we have Will Smith plays Will Smith
Oh, yeah.
versus Will Smith.
I saw that preview.
Well, sure. And that's another movie. And what is that movie called? Oh, here it is.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah. So it's a retro movie. He plays all his songs through the movie while he beats himself up.
Now this is a story.
Okay.
Hustlers is the name of the J Lo.
I'm a hustler, baby.
and it's J Lo. It is Cardi B.
Sure.
Constance Wu
Constance Wu
from
Gilligan's Island.
no,
Oh. She wasn't on Gilligan's
no,
Island?
she wasn't.
Oh.
She was in
Just sit right back.
Fresh Off the Boat
Tale of a
and
fateful trip
Crazy Rich
that
Asians.
started from this tropic
Julia
shore
Stiles,
for this
Kiki
tiny
Palmer. Do you know who Kiki Palmer is? I don't know.
ship.
Lily Reinhart, Lizzo,
Top cast. This is a stellar cast.
and Cardi B.
Wax. Cardi Beeswax. She likes to be called Cardi Beeswax. And finally, if that wasn't enough, Tom Hanks is playing. He's just playing with himself during this next movie. Yeah, I did it. It's a
Your
really.
mother is watching.
Well, she's listening.
Really, I can't believe. And he's talking about Mr. Rogers here.
I understand, but did you not get creeped out by his
yeah.
portrayal?
I did not get creeped out by Mr. Rogers.
It was very creepy.
I was I love Mr. Rogers.
And I love-
I was trying to think of who would do a better job than Tom Hanks.
And he did a
Kevin Hart.
No.
The Rock? No, I guess I don't. I don't like Tom Hanks, and I didn't think that was a good cast.
You
Me
don't
either.
like Tom Hanks? you
I
said?
like Tom Hanks, but not for this
He looks
role.
very good in it. I honestly, I think he's good.
He doesn't have that like warm, calm feeling, but it's really hard to make Mr. Rogers.
I think our phone line is open.
Oh, is that somebody calling? Answer it, Steve.
I don't know how to answer.
I think. Do you just pick it up?
Thank you.
It's line 3.
Line 3. Uh-oh.
Hello, and welcome to the Steve Squared Show.
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air with Steve Square. Who is this?
I thought it was a recording. You guys put the phone number, Sally did, and I didn't know if you wanted me to call in. So this is Linda Marcus Smith out in Oregon.
Oh my God, in Oregon?
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
I'm
Well,
a comic. I'm a comic to veterans on the West and East Coast.
I
That's
did
my
not know
claim.
this. Well, it's
My
nice to
claim
hear.
to fame.
Yeah.
that is a claim to fame. Well, thank you for calling in. What's happening out there? And now, are you in Oregon right now?
The
Yeah,
Pacific
but I'm
Northwest.
coming over to New York in December because I got peeps out there. Got to be with my peeps.
Hey, maybe we should have you on the show as a guest.
I'd like that.
Yeah, we could talk.
Sometime,
We could talk about Oregon.
Let's do it. I got a whole shtick about Oregon.
Now,
How
are you
stupid
are you
it is.
from Oregon originally, or?
68 years of Oregon in me.
Wow.
Now, this is interesting because I was just doing some research on Oregon, and what was isn't that where the Donner Party ate each other?
Wait, what?
I don't know about the Donner, but we have the David Koresh people with the Kool-Aid and the Nike.
Oh,
tennis
my
shoes.
Yes.
God.
The Kool-Aid was, I believe, Jonestown, was it?
Was it Jonestown? Or
Yeah,
was
Kool-Aid was Jonestown.
is that in Oregon?
Well, okay, I got it confused. But David
Koresh was the one with the
had-
fire in Waco, Texas. And then there was something else in Oregon. I forgot. Last year, right? Or something like that.
Jeez, I got my coats all mixed up.
I know.
Hey,
It's
let-
all right.
Let
Don't
me
worry.
ask you one more question now. What's your name? I'm sorry.
Linda Marcus Smith.
Linda Marcus
Marcus
Smith.
Smith.
3 names.
I came to Manhattan a year ago, and I did 25 comedy shows
Wow.
in 3 months.
Okay.
That's fantastic. Now, you out in Oregon, that seems like a real hotbed for UFOs. Any sightings over there you can let us in on?
The only thing we see that's interesting is when like an NBA team comes to town, or it's Fleet Week, and then I remember to have an enema.
Oh, my God.
We get
Wow.
We get nothing.
Okay.
here.
Well,
Okay.
we look forward. Thank you for calling in and for listening, and definitely look forward. Look us up when you come to New York.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Mandy said that she probably want me to be a guest, and I saw you guys had someone that didn't call in, so I just thought I'd say hi to you guys,
Oh.
play with you on the phone.
Thank you so
That's it.
much.
No, I
Well,
appre-
call anytime. We love to have you. We're always on Monday nights, the Steve Squared Show, and definitely call. We love to have you as a listener.
Thank you. I want to do my Oregon, New York stick on you guys.
Oregon, now that's going to be original.
That'll be-
I don't think I've heard that before.
No, I don't even honestly. Yeah, where is Oregon? Is that one of the? Is that still
Exactly.
a? Is that still a
That's
state?
the first.
I'm thinking of having them
Yeah.
excommunicated from the union.
Yes.
Well, you keep it
nobody
rocking.
cares.
Keep it rocking for us out in Oregon. Thanks for calling.
What's your name again? I'm sorry.
Linda Market Smith.
Linda Market Smith.
Don't write it down. I know it.
Hi, Sally.
Bye. Thanks, Linda,
Bye.
for calling.
Thanks for calling.
Bye.
And we're off. Okay.
That's fantastic.
That's amazing.
We got a call from Oregon.
Right.
Wow. Linda Market Smith, the
amazing.
Oregon comedian.
The Oregon comedian.
That was, I like that. We never get a lot of calls. Somebody listening to us on the West Coast. What time is it
That's
there?
really nice.
It's 3
though,
hours
yeah.
earlier. So it's about three-ish.
And you
4?
say nobody listens to our show.
I never said that at all.
Oh, I said that.
You say that.
Oh.
You tell me I say that.
Well, I thought.
Well, you do say it.
We
You
say
just
it together in the car.
You just tell me I say it.
Anyway, so Steve, let's. Sal, you didn't see Once Upon a Time yet, right?
No, but I'm totally gonna because I love
So-
what's his name?
First thing you gotta know about
Tarantino.
Tarantino, though.
Yeah.
And-
Start
and
us off on this movie
Well, I
review.
didn't even realize that I did this, Steve. But just an honor because Tarantino loves
Oh yeah.
He loves feet.
It's a lot of feet shots.
a lot of feet shots.
You
I don't
better
know what
like
goes
feet if
on
you're
in
going to
that
see this movie.
Tarantino compound. It's a bit disturbing. I can just
yeah,
imagine.
with Kill Bill. Yeah, there were feet everywhere.
And
there-
Pulp
there's a
Fiction?
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction, when she does the whole, the guy got thrown out of a window for massaging her feet.
Mm-hmm.
He's always got feet reference.
Yeah.
A lot of feet.
Margot Robbie was great. The cast was great. They were
Good.
Brad Pitt, Leonardo.
She loved
They
it.
were terrific
great.
together. I thought the two of them were great together.
Very funny.
Brad was actually they were both good. Brad was excellent. Really impressed with a couple of scenes with Leonardo.
Yeah.
He really is a character now. He's not like
Right.
some kid.
It's hard because he's in the movie. He's playing an actor, so he's got to act in the movie, acting and act like it's. So it's kind of like this,
Right.
and he does a great job doing it, playing this kind of, aging actor that's kind of still trying to hang on. And Brad Pitt's his stunt double, and does everything for him. And he's an aging stunt man, and it's really funny. The scene opens up really. Who's that actor that's interviewing them? He's.
I don't know who he is. Who
you-
interviewed him?
You remember that? At the
I don't.
beginning?
I know who he was, but
Yeah.
it was just like a
Funny opening scene.
They used to do those in the 50s and the 60s. They would interview movie stars
Right.
and TV stars.
And there was a nice little scene by Dakota Fanning.
Oh, good.
Yeah, she had a nice
Oh,
little
God.
great feet scene.
She's great.
Yeah, she was funny.
I won't say anything, but she does play Squeaky Fromme, so that's
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Squeaky
It was
Fromme.
squeaky from. It was a little creepy, and you really he puts it. We won't obviously won't spoil it, but he put some twists on there, and I think it was well. I mean, the story moved. It was what was it? 2 hours?
It was longer than 2
Was it?
hours. It's probably about 2:30.
Oh my God! It moved. Did you think it moved?
I would have liked to cut a little off of it.
Yeah, he could have.
And he could have, but he won't. I just imagine when he comes out with his, with the, DVD and the home version, how much extra stuff he's going to add to that.
There was a lot.
But it'll still fascinate me because just like, Sally, you were away from New York for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
I was away from New York for 11 years. I was in L.A.
He was in L.A.
So I see a lot of this, and even though this L.A. stuff is way old, it's fascinating to see because I've seen pictures, of the city in like 1969. So it's really interesting how they restored it back to the old days and, with the advertising, and it was really, continuity was excellent.
No, I thought, because he had closed down Hollywood Boulevard.
They closed down Hollywood Boulevard?
2 days.
For 2 days. They redressed the whole street.
Looked amazing.
That's great.
And they
It's
did the same.
amazing how they can
and
do
they
that.
did the same thing
They
in
had the
Westwood
Pantages.
also.
They had all the old drive-ins.
Yeah. I don't know if that was. Now, I thought that Van Nuys one was torn down. They may have built that one somewhere. I'm not too sure. I got to do
Because that was an actual drive-in in this in the late 60s.
There were a bunch of drive-ins
But
there.
yeah, it had to be a bunch. But you should go see it. Definitely go see it.
Yeah, I
It was
will.
great.
I love him.
It was really good. And then also
and the music is great.
Yeah,
They actually
That's what I
soundtrack
love
was
about
great.
him the most.
And-
I remember one time hearing in an interview that how important picking each song out was to him. Like that was like the most important thing. You think about like Kill Bill, like just like the music as they're walking along, and it's perfect. I love it.
What he did was he took all these old radio air checks from, which was the big station in Los Angeles then, KHJ, and it's basically playing under the, whenever somebody's driving, like Brad Pitt's driving, you hear the music and the jingles and the commercials playing under.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's really a big part of the film.
Because the song is
And
really,
it really gives
part
you
of the story. Yeah,
and
definitely.
you feel like
Right.
It really makes you feel like you're actually in
that time.
You're there in 1969.
Yeah, he really replicated and really painted that picture really well. You'll love it. And then I got dragged, but this was before. This was a couple of weeks ago. I got dragged by a friend to see Hobbs and Shaw.
What is that?
Fast and Furious.
The Fast and Furious presents
Yeah.
Okay.
Hobbs and Shaw.
So it's The Rock and Jason Statham.
All right.
You see now, I saw the first one.
6 of them.
Fast and Furious, the first one, and I vowed I never really want to see these again.
But it's
So
not-
I laughed when Steve told me
because
that
I'm the same, but it's not a Fast and Furious movie.
Okay.
It's just presented kind of by them, but it's almost very comedic. It's very funny. There's a lot of funniness in it, more than the other Fast and Furious. Ryan Reynolds is in it.
Okay.
Kevin Hart's in it. They make cameos. They didn't even take credit. They're not credited.
Did
in
you
the
say
movie.
Helen Mirren?
Helen Mirren's in it? She plays a part.
How the hell did
He
she
got
get-
Idris Elba plays
Oh, wow.
the
I
you
love
know
him.
he's the
Yeah.
heavy. He plays like the DV. So it's for that movie. It's a pretty good cast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
They got some
It was
A-list actors. It was
You
good.
liked it?
I mean, I give it a B.
Good.
I mean, it was an action movie, but it
Was
had
it-
funniness in it.
You
It
enjoyed
had-
it.
Yeah,
It was a
I thought it
breeze.
was going to be awful.
See, I never thought there was any nothing really, it was just cars. All these
Right.
series, were. And there was
This is
nothing.
nothing
I never
like
felt
that.
any comedy or any real humanity, with it. It just was.
That's what he did. That's what this
Yeah,
one was. It was
yeah.
a lot more of a story, relationships. And he goes. The Rock has to fight everybody back home, so he goes to his brother and his family back in Hawaii, or not Hawaii. It's like like Samoa type of thing. I don't even know what that is.
What is Samoa, Steve?
Samoa.
John Sterling.
There's
This is John
marshmallows
Sterling.
and graham crackers.
We'll be doing.
and
We'll be
chocolate.
doing.
We'll be doing.
We'll be at the next game. Will be the special games from Samoa,
Samoa.
Did you guys
Guacamole.
see yesterday?
which
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did
Yeah,
you see
I thought that was
yesterday?
great.
The Beatles movie.
I did not yet.
Did
and
you
I wanna
like it?
See that?
I really enjoyed it. I really
Yeah.
liked it.
It was. It was okay. I give it.
Yeah,
a
I
B.
didn't. I thought it was great. Yeah,
Did
it wasn't
you?
like
No.
it was amazing. But I'm
Right.
really happy that I saw it. I thought it was well done.
Now we have I have a few friends who are Beatle fans, as you know,
Yes.
Rob, And Rob,
He must have been irate about
he
it.
was all right with it, but Rob wouldn't be Rob unless he like nitpicked on
Right.
But it was I see what it was. It was just
Yeah, you have to open you have
Exactly.
to have an imagination because it's obviously not a, it's not a
It's
biopic.
not meant to be a
Right.
documentary.
right.
Exactly.
No, it's not.
It's just a feel-good,
Exactly.
well done movie. Every
But
once in a while you laugh.
Here's
it's
my
fun.
question to you, and Steve, it's past the spoiler time, so I can ask Sally.
Right.
Because you should have seen it already.
Right.
I don't even think it's in the movies anymore.
I think it is.
What was, and they never, that's what I was hoping they tied at the end with certain words that were also, like, obviously Beatles was something that was never there.
Right.
But what about Coke and cigarettes? They never, put a cap on that.
Yeah,
Did
it seemed like some words
Right.
weren't there anymore and some words weren't. Like
Right, and
no
I
one
didn't know
really
why.
understood why.
Right. Unless they just threw that in as a funny.
Like I forget what it is. Like Coke was, but Pepsi wasn't. Like,
Right.
it was weird.
And then cigarettes at the end. He goes, "Can I bum a cig?" Nobody. He's like, "What?"
I know. I like that.
It was funny.
I like the
It
idea
was.
that no one invented cigarettes.
Right. So there was a couple of words because obviously Beatles is
Right.
the big thing, but through the movie they would throw a few words in there that just in conversation he'd be like, let me get a Coke, and he's like, what? And they're like, what's Coke? Or something. He'd be like, then he'd go look it up. It was always the go look up on the Google, and then nothing would come up or something else. So it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
That was a good movie too. And I refused to go see any. I didn't see anything else.
What
That
you
was pretty-
refuse to go see?
I was gonna say Lion King. I didn't want to go see that.
I am just, no offense. I'm sure they're all well done. I've seen a couple of the remakes. I've seen Aladdin, the Disney remakes. I've seen The Jungle Book. Honestly, there's no need to remake every Disney animation. It's just, and Favreau directed The Lion King, who's a great director, good director also. No desire to see the same thing, scene for scene, word for word, whatever. It's just note for note. I mean, please give me something new, please.
I have something new for you.
What's that, Steve?
Something new for both of you. So, as I often like to do.
Where's this coming from?
I had it right here on my left.
Oh, you don't have a
But
a source? I just asked.
oh no, I don't like quoting sources. Everything is mine. I'm sure one day I'll be in court for years with copyright issues.
No,
I rewrite books.
it's not an issue. I just wonder.
I have To Kill a Hummingbird. I'm coming out with that. It's a new
We
book.
got it from
I'm writing.
somewhere.
No, I got this from the. I don't even know what this is actually. I picked it up at some supermarket.
Let's see.
It doesn't even say. It just says.
Anton Media Group.
Okay, is that a magazine?
They own a bunch of
Oh, you
local
have-
newspapers.
I knew you would hear it.
On the island.
All right, so they've been credited. Steve has credited them, so we won't be sued. So, effective communication: how to get your point across during an argument. I
By
thought this
Steve-
was good because I like to argue.
By Steve K.
No, this is Love Lessons by Marissa Cohen.
Yeah,
She has a PhD in
Love.
Conflict.
and conflict and arguing. Yes.
I know a
Apparently,
lot
you
of
can
people
now
that-
get a PhD in
that
love and arguing.
Should have a PhD in conflict.
I wouldn't want to mess with anyone with a PhD in conflict.
Do you have
It'd make
anybody in mind,
life
Sally?
pretty-
That had a little
a lot of
vinegar in
people.
there. That was a little zing, zing.
So
So anyway,
what will she be?
let me tell you what she
talking about?
says. This is what she says.
What'd she say?
I'll quote her. An effective way to share your needs during a disagreement is by using the word I instead of you. So, for instance, if I was to tell Steve when he was in the movie eating this garbage can full of popcorn, if I would say to you, "You make me sick!" See, that might insult Steve. So what I should have done was say, "It makes me sick when it makes me, or I get sick
I feel
when I have to.
sick
I feel
watching
sick
you.
watching you destroy yourself." Right? See, now he knows I kind of care about him, but gets my message point across that I still am loath to your jug of popcorn you were consuming.
But then he could say, "Why is it always about you?"
That's true. Well, that you'd have to contact Love Lessons at marissacohen.com.
Dr. Marissa Cohen.
Dr. Marissa Cohen at gmail.com. You can ask her any questions.
Who needs Delilah?
I might be switching to her. Do you see her picture?
Let's
Can
see.
you see?
Let's take a look at her.
Lovely.
She doesn't look like a doctor.
So it's kind of like you're replacing, like, instead of saying, "Why did you do that?"
Mm-hmm.
You see, it's always, so now this is my new thing. I always say, if I'm arguing with Steve, and instead of that always yelling, you're late or you don't prepare for the show. It makes I get upset when you don't prepare for the show.
Oh, but there was a U in there.
I know. That's what I don't understand.
know,
Because
it's
sometimes I think
rough.
you throw the U later on. You start with an I.
Mm.
Or it makes me, I don't know. That's what I think of that.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on. Hey, do you know when the first drive-in was? I'll ask you, going back to drive-ins, do you know when the first drive-in was invented? Or
Might be the 50s.
Can I?
Sure. Do you want to tag on this, Steve?
1933.
If you looked at you did look at the paper.
I did not.
You knew this?
I knew that.
Okay. Well, then take it. You might as well finish it up because if you know it's 1933, then you know who did it.
I don't know who did. I knew it was in New Jersey.
Correct again.
I don't know who did it though.
Steve. Thank you for playing our game. So it was actually this guy Rawlings something or other. Wood.
Of course, Rawlingswood.
Rawlingswood.
I don't know who he is.
I thought that was in Pennsylvania. Anyway, is that in Oregon where that girl lived? No.
It's right near Rocky Point.
Rocky
John
Point.
Denver.
I was born a Greyhound man and a Greyhound bus. No,
Rocky Point.
something like that. So this guy, he thought it would be a great idea if people could watch movies from their car because he thought families, like parents, people always work 9 to 5, so the husband and wife would go to movies on a Saturday night and have to find a babysitter. And in the daytime,
Right.
kids, so no families could go together. He thought it was a great idea, so he set up his car and he stapled this big movie screen to 2 trees and put an RCA sound system that he bought. RCA was just coming out, and he put it behind the movie screen to see if the sound would match up with the picture, and it kind of did.
Right.
And then he patented it, and there you go. First drive-in movie theater. So he had people park all over his lawn.
Right.
No, he didn't. So, but he, started opening these drive-in movie theaters. I thought it was wonderful. It's a great idea.
It is a great idea.
You want to try that? I'll ask my folks if we can put a screen against the house and watch a movie. We'll watch Jaws tonight.
Not too many room for cars in the backyard, though.
Well, me and you. We'll park and we'll get maybe, and then we could do this. This could be a business. We'll bring back the drive-in.
Get a golf cart sitting there together.
That's a good idea.
You know what they do at, when I used to work at Lifetime
Yeah.
Fitness? In the summertime, they have a big outdoor swimming pool. At
Summertime,
night, they put up a big screen in the pool, and everyone floats on their devices and watches. They watch Jaws there, I think, one year.
Now, they're doing this at the Intrepid. You could sit on the Intrepid in Manhattan, and they show screenings, and they did the Moon First Man.
First Man?
They did that around July 20th because that was the anniversary.
Right.
Man landing on the moon. We landed on the moon, Steve.
So I said, what studio was that done at?
Oh, boy.
We do have a discrepancy
Just
about
kidding.
1933.
Oh, do we?
Yep.
It was the 30s, though.
It wasn't.
No? What do we
Nope.
got, Sal?
Tommy Michael McNulty said that it goes all the way back to the Flintstones.
That is very good. That is for Tommy Milky. Thank you, Tom. Was that Tommy?
Yeah.
Thank you, Tommy.
Wow.
We have 2 listeners.
That's it.
This show is just
I
getting
like this.
it's getting crazy.
I like this.
Now, I made that moon segment, and I'm not even going to entertain your jaded, false thinking that we didn't land on the moon.
I didn't say that.
We should land on the sun.
Isn't
That
ironic?
should be the next thing. We should try to land on.
You know, if I was
put on a heat suit and go land there.
if I was one of the non-believers,
I'm a believer.
the hoax theorists, wouldn't it be ironic? Okay, look, Grumman's is a studio. It was always a studio because that's where they did the landing, right?
Well, anyway, these they landed on the moon.
Yes,
So
they did.
Deborah Monaco,
just kidding.
going back to the Plainview Library, is taking advantage of the moon, the sun, and the stars.
Who's Deborah?
She is obviously another certified something. Doesn't say she's a doctor, but she's certified in the sun, the moon, and I guess they'd call that astrology.
Oh, what's your feelings on astrology, Steve?
I'm going to tell you what
go.
let me tell you. Hold on, Steve. I'm going to give you my feelings on astrology.
This is unacceptable!
That's it. So,
Just
but I don't want to, curtail her. Everybody has to make a living.
True.
Steve, that's like Steve's category of voodoo. He's got a whole bunch of stuff that belongs in voodoo.
Sure, I
in
put
the category of
them,
voodoo.
chiropractors, acupuncturists,
Hocus pocus.
They're all in one pool. We should all share one office. We can read your palm.
Like a drive-through restaurant. You could just go through all of them.
This is fun.
Get it over with.
This is an idea. Sally's got a great idea. So it says, the sun illuminates our way. It warms and enlivens us. Enlivens us?
Enlivens us.
Thank you. I should put my glasses on. We need our sun to survive, she says.
Indeed.
Good for her. Join Deborah and discover the breadth and depth of the 12 zodiac signs. Now, wasn't one of them a murderer? Who was that murderer that followed the zodiac? He was a killer, right?
The Zodiac Killer. They never found him.
I thought he listened. Didn't a dog tell him to kill people?
That's Son of Sam.
Who was...
David Berkowitz. That's not the Zodiac.
Oh.
That is not the Zodiac Killer.
And he was played by who in the in the movie Boogie Nights? No. Let me ask. I'll tell Sally this because this was interesting. Since we were talking about Leonardo DiCaprio, I was looking on his little bio page, and he was offered and turned down the role of Dirk Diggler in Boogie Nights.
Oh, really?
You believe that?
Yeah.
Guess what movie he took in its place?
What?
Man in the Iron Mask.
I love that movie.
Yeah, he took that.
He was fantastic.
He
in
was
that.
good. But Dirk, I think Mark Wahlberg did a good Dirk Diggler.
He did. He was great. I love that movie.
He's like going around. He's like, that's Corinthian leather. He goes, like, those are my two. Now I have to show you. This is my karate space. I have a karate space. He goes, this is where I practice karate. And speaking of karate, that was a great scene with Bruce Lee. Yeah, that was my favorite scene in Once Upon a Time. He's got the guy playing Bruce Lee.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, sometimes you must understand. And he's doing Bruce Lee perfect. And like Brad Pitt's laughing at him. And they get into this fight. It's really funny. That was a great scene.
Yes, it was.
We won't spoil it for
No,
Sal.
we won't anymore.
So anyway, yeah, when is she performing this voodoo? Oh my God, it's a series. You can actually, it's on Mondays from 1 to 3. August 5th. We missed that one.
How much is it going to cost you?
It's actually, it was today. No, this is free.
Oh.
It's the 12th, the 19th, the 26th, the 9th, and the 16th of September. Go down and get your palm read by Deborah. Is that palms or zodiacs? Is that the same thing? I don't know. It says, this is very basic and it's a simple introduction to the vast subject of zodiacs. That should help Long Island. That should fit right in with the other guy with the UFOs.
Massapequa or Plainview?
Plainview. See, I'm making a concerted effort to involve other Long Island libraries.
Okay.
This is good. Okay. So I got rid of the Don Gordon, Marissa. Who's beeping you, Steve?
Oh, it's time for Words with Friends.
Okay.
Never mind. We'll do that later.
Do that. We'll play Words with Friends later. So let me get to my gripe since I hit the this is unacceptable. I had a couple of gripes.
Is that so?
Yeah. One was Panera Bread. So I go into Panera. I have to pick up a cinnamon raisin bagel. As you know, as I
Are
do
you
often.
kidding me?
No.
You're back on the crap again?
No.
With the
I
crap?
got it. Stay with me on this.
Okay,
So I get a
good.
cinnamon raisin bagel. Okay. And the girl, she goes, would you like me to put that on a plate? I go, no, just put it in a bag. Would you like butter on that? No. Can you just put it in a bag? How about if I give you, how about if I cut it open for you? Can you just put there's no way you could just put it in a bag? She goes, well, how about a toast? Maybe I could toast it for you. That's when I lost it. I said, you know what? I don't want any of it. I'm leaving.
Wow.
I was really upset. I don't want 11 questions. I would have asked for all that.
You were annoyed with.
Yeah. I mean, it was over friendliness. I don't understand. I mean, and you do this. But it's not upselling because there was nothing to upsell. It was friendly. I'm just
honestly,
a mean person.
You know what? Honestly, I think they were important questions.
But wouldn't I know? It's like if I go in.
I got some
if
news
I go
for
into
you.
the bathroom and someone says, maybe you should zip your fly and then pee.
I got some news
Like,
for
I
you.
know the order of things.
I got some news for you.
I get it.
I got some news for you. There are times when you will just give the bagel as is, and they'll say, oh, I wanted toasted. Oh, I wanted cream cheese. Oh, I wanted buttered. So that's why you asked the question.
These are the same people that cite UFOs in mastic.
They just want to get their job done and get you out.
No, I'm talking about the people that forget to toast their
Yes,
bagel. I'm
yes.
those people, not the friendly people. I understand. I apologize to you at Panera,
Now I'm starving.
who is also a sponsor of the show. Thanks for coming aboard, Panera. And this was, I had another gripe. Is it okay if I do another one?
Why not?
Okay.
I thought you had 3.
I do. I'll sneak the other one in. But this goes with Panera,
He's
actually.
got a lot more than 3. You know
My whole
that,
life is a
Sally?
gripe. Oh, the vitamin shop. This was another problem.
Oh,
I had
that's
the
your
vitamin.
favorite store. You like the people there.
So after Panera, I go to the vitamin shop.
You got friends?
Right in Levittown.
And you're cranky because you didn't get your bagel.
I was so up. I was angst, and I was my caffeine levels were dropping because I hadn't, so I had to get to my Celsius. So I go in, and first she hits me. She goes, "The store's closing in 10 minutes." She goes, "It's a Sunday," and she says, "Oh my God, there's a sale today. 10 more minutes, $100. Spend $100, $10 off." I said, "I just need a Celsius." She goes, "Well, if you get a case, it's $8.99, and the second case free." So I said, "Well, if I drink a case and a half, you don't want to see me on 16 bottles of caffeine." So I said, "Is there any way I could just get one?" And then she finished up with, "If you want to up yourself to a gold member card," and then the questions never stopped. And then I walked out of there without. So I had no bagel, no Celsius, and I was driving with my hands gripping that wheel. Boy, it was a rough Sunday. So I put Panera and Vitamin Shop on the same plane of stop selling me extras. I know what I want. Do you ever have people that do that to you?
No. No.
It's just me. You do that to people in your job, don't
You
you?
get it a little bit at Starbucks. Like you just you just go there with a pound of coffee, and they want to know if you want to.
Well, how do you want it
in a bag?
But how do you want it blended? How do you want it grounded? If you want it grounded, because we have beans. Nothing is pre-ground.
Right.
And so there's different. So you can have it for like a regular coffee machine, or you have an espresso, or don't bite your lip on it.
How do you know so much about this, Steve? Why are you such a connoisseur of the Starbucks people?
Just goes with the job, living the dream.
I know.
Are you a barista?
I am.
Cool.
He is a barista. And that's why I knew when you said he was going to defend to the last bit. You're a company guy.
I'm really not.
I know you're not. You have any gripes? You're usually griping.
I'm happy. I'm happy to be here.
Stop it.
Happy to be here sitting with you, my friend.
Aw.
Yes.
Thanks, Steve.
Blow it up. Blow it up. That's right.
Give you a blow up.
Yeah.
There's nothing. Oh, this was another little thing that bothered me is I was putting on the Little League World Series. You know how the young tykes that are 27 years old and their wife and kids are in the stands. Because none of them are of any age that's appropriate for the Little League World Series. Okay? They're like, wow, this kid he's like 6'2", 220 pounds, mustache, beard, and, they're like, and his wife, his kids, they're like, Javier is,
No, that's my mom. That's my mother.
That's their mother, yeah. Okay. Anyway, so that bothers me a little bit. And then they try to syrupy sell you on the whole kumbaya. They're just great kids.
Well, you were kind of a coach.
They're not kids. They're kids that have tax problems, and they have a lot of financial problems, alimony issues. These are not children.
Right.
Stop it.
Steroids.
They're on growth hormones or whatever is going on here.
Everything.
I'm good. That's going to be my next book is about the Little League World Series. I'm actually writing a book right now.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the life of Jack LaLanne.
Nice.
It's called You Don't Know Jack.
I remember him.
Yeah, fitness guy.
Yes. Steve, look at that.
What time is it?
27.
Oh my God, it's 7:27. The hour just flew by because we had so much to talk to you about.
We did.
And as always, I enjoy spending an hour with you at home and with my two buddies, Sally and Steve. I missed you both. It's great to kind of have fun with you guys, and we won't do that again. We're back on point.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, well, as long as Steve keeps his eyes clean.
Keeps his eyes off the street.
So,
yes, exactly.
Any last goodbyes? While I cue up our outro music, which you hate this so much. That's why I'm going to play it. But definitely you find us again on the Steve Squared Show on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Bumble, Tinder, any of your dating apps. We're everywhere. Facebook.
There you go.
FaceMash. DoorDash. Uber. Steve's
Uber
now
Eats.
a Lyft. He's working for Lyft. He'll pick you up at home, bring you right here. We have our own Uber system that brings you right to the show in the studio. You can be a guest. No? Okay. Anyway. So once again, thanks to all our listeners. Thanks for Lisa Margot Gifter something from Oregon, and for Tommy's correction on the drive-in movies, as it has been the Flintstones that actually originated the first
The
movie.
drive-in movie, of course.
I
And
think it was Linda Marcus Smith.
Linda Marcus Smith. We want to thank Oregon, who's our new state sponsor for the show, and Panera Vitamin Shop, and of course Celsius for sponsoring our show. Keep the money flowing in. Once again, have a great week, and we shall see you all soon.
Enjoy the weather.